really proud of our guys for the way that they hung in there. I felt like that was a game that there were several times where we could have, let go of the rope. We just kept fighting. Villanova deserves a lot of credit. They just wouldn't go away. They wouldn't let up. Made a ton of big shots. When they cut the lead down to 3, it was kind of a frustrating stretch for us, and we just kept talking about staying aggressive, but I thought they had the aggressiveness edge. And then Darryl really went and won us the game with that stretch where he hit those, key baskets. These Big East games are just wars. I would imagine they're very, very hard to officiate because there's so much contact and physicality out there. And I thought our guys did a good job of defending once Villanova got in the bonus and not fouling them too much. Obviously, we'd like to foul less, but we did a better job, during the stretch where we were getting a lot of stops, not sending them to the line.
Shaka, the defensive activity of your group seemed to be at a high level right from the jump. Just how much did those first 4 minutes kind of set the tone? I think you had 4 turnovers, a lot of deflections in the first 4 minutes. Yeah,
I mean, that's what you have to do when you're at home. I think it was important for us. I told the guys the last few days, winning in Philadelphia doesn't mean we're going to win here. It doesn't work that way. We've got to be the better team tonight in order to win. And that starts on defense for us. So I thought our guys did a good job of being aggressive in our press early. We got some deflections. Omax did a good job of being at the point and being aggressive. And then, Gillespie and Moore are really, really good players. We knew that they were going to get some points. We just wanted to do a good job trying to make them inefficient in terms of their shooting percentage.
Just how nice is it for you to have a veteran guard like Darryl just to kind of take over that stretch? He had 4 buckets and a couple of nice defensive plays against Daniels during that stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he just kept looking over and saying, I got it. I got it. I think, these guys know me as someone that's very demanding and, can be, not necessarily accepting of where we are, always wanting more. And Darryl's like, just relax. I got it. I got this taken care of. And he went and made those plays, which is just a huge confidence builder for our team.
Shaka, you just used the word I was going to ask you about because Darryl used the word confidence or some form of it countless times. I mean, you're a coach. You teach X's and O's. You teach fundamentals. How do you foster confidence in guys and let them embrace that and bring it to the forefront?
Yeah, a lot of it, you need some level of experience to know you can do it. We were sitting here on November 9th after our first game, and, it's like, wow, we got a long, long way to go just in terms of believing that we can do it together. There's confidence individually and there's confidence in your team, and those things are very, very related. But now we've got 20-some games under our belt, a lot of experiences against really good teams like Villanova, some games where we took some lumps, some games that were good wins. And I think you can gain confidence out of both of those situations because you can be better. And you can do, something well that you did before. But Darryl just, he's a grown man. And we've got a lot of young men on our team that are emerging and developing and are going to be really good players and are, in a lot of ways, good players now. But there's something about having someone that's grown and, gives you a sense of assuredness out there on both ends of the floor.
Shaka, going off of that, Darryl also said that they all buy into each other. Tyler at halftime was picking Darryl up, and then Darryl was praising Tyler at halftime. So how great is it to see all your guys buying into each other and that teamwork really gelling as the season goes on?
That's the only way. I mean, our team, and I would say 95% of teams, 98% of teams are like this. We're not very good unless we play for each other. Tonight our guys played for each other. And we talk about being lost in the fight. We want to let go of all the, petty, individualistic stuff that you see on social media or that you like read on the internet and just focus on each other and on our game plan. And I thought our guys did a great job of that.
Hey, Shaka. Daryl was just in here, and he was just joking about how you and Tyler were almost ready to fight each other, with you saying to Tyler, shoot the ball, and him saying, I got you, and I guess he made that three when he was pointing and everything. And
yeah.
I just want to know, just as a coach, like, what's that like when you're in a big game like this, and you're able to kind of tap into guys that are, still relatively new, and you're able to push the right buttons and motivate them in that way, and they're able to respond?
Well, when you have players that have a genuine love and appreciation for one another and understand that we as a coaching staff feel that way about them, then you can confront them at the highest level with accountability. And then, even then, the game it's an imperfect game, and it's a subjective game in a lot of ways. I think the guy should shoot every time he's open. He came back at me like, leave me alone, I know when to shoot. And so we had a little back and forth. I love it, because it gets his juices going. As long as confrontation ends up in people coming closer together around winning, then it's good. If it makes people splinter apart and get further away from each other, then it's bad. But I think because of the relationship that Daryl and Tyler have with each other, that our team has with our coaching staff, it allows us to interact that way.
Shaka, I think a lot of people on the outside hold this belief, but Jay Wright mentioned it a couple of times when he was in here earlier. Just so impressed in how quickly things have come together for you guys. Are you ahead of schedule with all this stuff?
Didn't really have a schedule. If we had a schedule, it would be win every game. But, the goal in our first year was first and foremost to build a foundation of caring about one another, caring about relationships, helping these guys really, really grow as people, and then, just seeing how good we could get in the first year. And again, we didn't have a schedule because you can't have a schedule when you have a bunch of guys that have never played together before and you don't necessarily know how good they're going to be. I did feel like pretty early in the season that we had a lot of potential as a group, but, you always have some concerns of, we're going to have to learn how to win together. And I think our guys have done a good job doing that. It seems like the schedule that we played, these last several games, it's like every team is really, really good. And, our guys have done a good job just focusing on the game at hand.
You mentioned the schedule. That's what I was going to ask about. It's been, 5-6 games in a row against ranked teams are right up there. Having the success you guys have had, how does that prepare you for March, whether it's Big East or NCAA tournament?
Well, hopefully it prepares us, to understand what's coming when we play against great teams. But at the same time, it's February 2nd today. There's over 4 weeks left in the regular season. Then you got the conference tournament. So we have to grow and improve over the course of that time. And, I think when you play a great schedule, it forces you to do that because you understand, well, we go up to Providence, we're going to get run out of there if we don't play pretty well. We played pretty well. You can play pretty well in these games and still not win. Villanova's coming in here. They're going to want to take us out. We're going to have to be at a high level. So, as we go, we just have to continue to grow and improve, develop, and guys understand that there's no other way to be our best other than doing it for each other and being in our circle. I would say, to your question about being on schedule, I'm really pleased with the way our guys have come together around the cultural components that we've asked them to buy into. Again, you can't really have a schedule for that, but our guys have done about as well as you can do with that. And, we came together as a group in June, so in, 8 months or so. That's it. Thank you.